you wanna be a POTA activator. Get your gear, head to the park, make some noise on the airwaves. It's the best way to spend the day.
Hey everyone, this is Stuart, Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot, and welcome back to another video in our series of POTA videos and how to get started. So I'm here at Mill Creek Nature Reserve, just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick, Riverview, New Brunswick, to be exact. And I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of a basic station setup. Now yours is going to be a little different. You're going to have a different radio, you may have a different battery. You may not have all the gear that I have. You may have a different antenna, but the basic gear is really what you're going to need here, okay? So let's get started. Well, first things first, you need something to log on. I use the Ham 2K Polo on my MacBook. It works also on an iPad and your phone. You can choose whatever logging program you want. You can even paper log if you wish. That's totally up to you. You just need some way to log, okay? You need some sort of logging apparatus. So you need a computer or a tablet or a piece of paper and a pen. You'll need a battery. Now this one here is a big battery. It's a 100 amp hour battery. I use it. It powers me all through the day running full power. I don't run any QRP, so I run full power, and you'll see that in a second. So you need a battery, okay? This is the Eco-worthy 100 amp hour. I like Eco-worthy. You can get them on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive compared to others, and they just work. They work really well. You're going to need a radio. I have the Yaesu FT891. You can have whatever radio you want, a Zygu or a ICOM. You need a radio. HF, VHF, whatever you want to do. Satellite, you need a radio, okay? Now, you need something to talk into, a hand mic, or I have this Heel headset. This one's out of production now, but it works really well for me, and I like it. Of course, you need coffee. Now I have an amplifier, okay? You don't necessarily need that, okay? But I run an amplifier. I like my amplifier. It works great, and I love it. I also have a tuner, which I don't use most of the time when I'm running the Performer antenna, but you may need a tuner if your radio doesn't have a tuner. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is some coax cable. Now, I have the orange DX Engineering coax cable. When I started, I just got the cheap stuff off Amazon, and it worked great. And I still have the cheap stuff from Amazon. You don't need to go get that messy and Poloni stuff. It might be really good, but you don't need that to do portable ham radio. The DX Engineering coax cable is even a little bit over the top for what I need, but it works great. You're going to need an antenna, okay? There's all kinds of antennas. EFHWs. This here is the Performer, designed by KJ6ER. I have this set up in a kind of a complex mechanism. It's in an array of two of them, but you don't need to go elaborate like that. You just need a basic antenna. I got a ham stick in the truck. I got an ATOS. When I first got started, I used EFHWs. You need a basic antenna. Depending on what your goals are, okay? And we haven't talked about this in this program yet, but depending on what your goals are is going to be what you need. I run elaborate antennas and I run power because my goal when I'm out in the park is working DX. I want to work Europe. I want to work Russia. I want to work the Middle East, China, Japan. I'm not too fussed about working United States or Canada. I'll take them, but I don't target them. If your target is working people in the next county over, you're going to need a different setup, maybe a different type of antenna. You may be able to get away with QRP. It depends on what your goals are, and that's the most important thing. There's a lot of people on YouTube who are going to tell you how to do it. There's some guy that tells you got to do 40 meters. Well, if you want to work all the local stations, 40 meters is where you want to be. But if you want to work DX like I do, then you got to be on 10, 12, and 15, and maybe 20. But you're going to find what you want to do, and that's perfect for you. You don't have to worry about what I want you to do or what somebody else wants you to do or what some other guy on YouTube tells you to do. You listen to all the advice, but then take it away what you want to do. You just need the basic stuff. So radio, a battery, some coax cable, and an antenna, and maybe a tuner if your radio doesn't have one, and a chair and a table to sit outside if you don't have a place that has a picnic table. You'll start building out your kit as you go. What I do a lot of times is I'll set this up in the backyard of my house, like I did yesterday with this whole new setup, to see how it worked, and test it there, and then make sure it all works before I go in the field. But this hobby is about experimenting, right? It's about having fun and experimenting. Who says you can't go to the field and experiment? You're gonna mess up from time to time. You're gonna forget a piece of equipment. That's all part of the fun. Basic thing, just somewhere to log, a radio, a piece of coax, something to power the radio, and an antenna. It's not any more complex than that. Really isn't. I'm Stuart, Victor Echo 9 Charlie Foxtrot. I hope you guys like these quick YouTube videos on getting started with POTA. I'm going to get into more and more stuff as I go here, as we start building out this program here. But hope you guys like these videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you get alerted when I do more videos in this channel around POTA, worldwide flora and fauna, all the programs. And don't forget to just have fun. That's the most important. We'll see you guys in the next video.